Hello friends, it's Jock's Girl, and I'm going to share with you guys some scrapbooking pages that I've recently done. So if you watched my other video where I talk about scrapbooking, I am using my magazine to provide inspiration. And so I've done all these pages, right? I showed you guys, I think I showed you guys this one. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I can't remember if I did or not. Just in case I didn't, let me pull it out. I'm sorry. What a bad way to a good start. Just kidding. Oh, I know, I didn't. I don't think I did. Anyways, this one here I showed you guys. I know for sure. I showed you this one that I had done and used the inspiration of 3 and the colors and such. And maybe I had left off here. So I have this picture here and there's a design behind her and a little part here and these. I think I did show that to you guys. I'm pretty sure. I didn't. I'm not looking back. So in my videos. So this is the one that I had done, and I think I showed you guys because there was the round, and then I said this was the ribbon. It looks like it maybe shifted. It might have. I'm bad about using adhesive. Anyways, and then the pictures, I only used 4, but if I had used a smaller one again, I would have had 5. I think I showed you guys that. The one I didn't show you was this one here. This was another one that I had done. It's on the back side. Used the same colors. Yeah, I know I didn't tell you guys about this one. So this one, I showed you guys this one. That's right. That was the one where I had all those pictures and it translated to this with all of them and to make those spots. Okay, I'm all caught up to date. So the next page was this one and this one, but this one here I was on my mind because I already had an idea for this one. So this one here was on my mind when I had made this one, but then I kind of felt like I was cheating. So, and it's not really cheating, but I'm trying to get ideas, and since this one just kind of like came organically, I just thought I want to use my mind and challenge myself, so that's why I considered it cheating, but it wasn't. Anyways, this is the one I did on the back side. Did my matting the same way I did on the other side. And I think this picture would have been better had I moved it down here. It would have allowed the circles to kind of like point into the picture. The leaves would be pointing into the picture better. Her body angle would really draw the eye in here. But I chose to put it up here because I wanted to do some hidden journaling. And so I told my daughter that whenever she sees something like this in her photo albums or her scrapbook albums, that there's some hidden journaling in there. And basically it just talks about like what had occurred during her 2nd year, because this is her 2nd birthday, and so a lot has happened, and I didn't necessarily want to display it on here, such as, you know, she was fully potty trained and all the other things that she had gone through from her 1st birthday to her 2nd birthday. And I just thought this isn't the place for it. I used a cardstock, a heavier cardstock. It was actually the one that matched this. The one thing that I wish I didn't do was do this fancy decorative edge. And the reason is because it, I think, weakens the integrity of the pull. So I did tell my daughter, you need to be careful when you pull this out and put it in, because it, you know, it'll bend so easy. And if it came off, or even if I did end up cutting it off, which I won't, she'll still have the hole punch there, and then this will still work well because I put it down far enough. But it's something to consider if you're deciding to do something like this. It's pretty otherwise, and honestly she probably won't be taking it in and out a whole lot, but she'll have children someday, I'm sure, and they may discover that, and God knows what'll happen then. I put some sparkles in here because I love the sparkly thing. This says you are my wing girl, and I kind of her an idea of why she was my wing girl. Obviously this is, you know, a Tinkerbell. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. This is a Tinkerbell sticker, and so it can have a couple of different meanings, and I use it to the fact of the stuff that we had gone through that past year. So that's us. I used a cute sticker here. This page was already basically done, so to do embellishments was easy. But this says, children will not remember you for the material things you provided, but for the feeling that you cherished them. And that's by Richard L. Evans. How cute is that? Perfect for our birthday party, right? And I wrote, happy birthday, beautiful. And I said, for your second birthday party, you chose Tinkerbell for the theme. So cute. We love Tinkerbell. Kind of looks like it's messed up here, but it's not. And I added this package here. So that is that. Okay, so for this one here, I figured I needed one picture, which turned out perfect for me. So I wrote my testimony, and I put the picture. There's a picture of me. This is a terrible picture. It was a picture that I took with my BlackBerry Pearl phone, if any of you guys remember that. That was back from 2008. So the quality wasn't all that great. It was in a kind of a darkened room. I'm getting ready to be baptized, so I have on the outfit that I wore to be baptized in. It's like a provided garment, so that way, you know, I know some places where you get baptized, you wear something of your own. With the church that I am a member of, we wear a little baptism outfit that we borrow. And then I just basically, I wrote my testimony. I used some glitter sticker up here. I put that up there, and I put special moments there. So the special moments sticker relates to Stacy Julian, and those of you who are scrapbookers probably are familiar with her name. I used this paper. This was a 12 by 12. I ended up cutting it down so I can have this background because I thought it was pretty. I used pink, and I don't know why I wanted this here color. I was gonna do white, and then I thought, no, not white. I wanted to have something, so this just all kind of worked out well. The colors in here just went well with these, and so there's that. And I wrote it because I do want my daughter to know my testimony of why I chose to join the church that I did, and the feelings that I have about it, and why I did it, and just so she knows. I think it's an important part of my history, and just, you know, hopefully this will be something that my grandchildren can look back at, or my daughter, or me if I get Alzheimer's. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible, but just in case. This is the next page, and this one here kind of had me thinking for a bit what I was gonna do. I decided that I would use this as the side that I needed to do pictures, and then maybe some embellishments or something, and then use some journaling piece. This could be journaling piece. I didn't quite know. I'm still working from the random pictures that I have, so my pictures are just kind of out of order, but it's a good thing because then I'm getting some pictures done. So this is what I came up with. Picture of my daughter. She was 2 years old. I think she had, or no, 3. I think she was 3 in this picture. Her bedroom. Look at the bright pink walls. She chose that color. She was 2. She chose it. I love those walls. So pretty. I did put a Christmas tree in her room, and I loved that the white lights on there added a good like night light glow, and it was sad when it was time to put it away. All the ornaments on her tree are Barbie, and she has baby ornaments like from her first year. Her grandmother went crazy. She must have like 10 or 20 that say baby's first year. This one here is a handmade one. It was her foot and her hands. You could see the little antlers that made the moose, the Christmas moose or reindeer. And yeah, this here was one of the cute My Little Pony Advent calendars, and so she would open it up each night, and she got a little different My Little Pony partner set. It's her favorite doll there, and she's wearing pajamas. She's got some toys she's playing with, and then this here is a Fisher-Price nativity Barbie car. Anyways, Grandma took that picture of her. So grateful for Grandma, because Grandma prints them out faster than I do. So I used this pink paper. It was probably meant for a birthday or something, but I thought, why not? She's got pink in her room. She's wearing purple. Very girly. I would do that for Christmas for her. So that's that. And then this is table scatter. And I got it at the thrift store. It came in a package, I think for 50 cents or 25 cents. So looking beyond the scrapbook aisles of things that can be used, and I love it because it gives it that perfect shine. I used a cute little gray paper there. I was thinking it would do something more than what it does. Basically, you can't really see it, and almost looks like it's the frame of the picture. So kind of disappointed with the way that came out, but that's fine. I made my own package because I didn't know exactly what I was going to do for writing. I was going to say charting. For writing, so I just went ahead, and I didn't want to take away too much. I wanted to make sure that it didn't compete with the size of my child. So I just used a piece of pink paper that I had as a scrap, cut it out in a little square, and then I cut out each one of these individually so they can kind of match how the package looks, and then glued them down. And then what I did is I just kind of like haphazardly drew with black ink to define those. And then around here I kind of did the same thing. I didn't want it to look perfect. I wanted it to kind of look like crazy. A thought that I had to keep with this shape is I was thinking that I would like almost do like a Christmas tree shape, like a white Christmas tree shape. But since I used the 8.5 by 11, I figured it would probably take away too much from this pretty paper, and I didn't want to do that. So that was my interpretation of that. So there's the two items from there, and then kind of pulled this out this way, and then that's the one thing I don't have is that. Not a big deal, but I like how that one came out. All right, so then here's this page. What was I going to do with this? I made a 12 by 12 with this one. Not my most favorite. I think it's kind of boring, bland, but I'm going to leave it. I had a hard time getting these colors because I wanted them to match with us. So this is back in 1996. And these are my brothers. So there's me with my little brother. He is 23 years younger than me. He's actually 22 and like 22 and many, many, many days that are too close to 23 that I just say he's 23 years younger than me. And this is my brother who was 13 months younger than me. So Mom never got it right. I would have loved to have been like 2 or 3 years older than him and then have him come like 5 years after me, but this is the way it happened. He was a surprise baby. My mom and my stepfather wanted him for a long time, like 10, 20 years, and then along he came. Anyways, these balloons matched perfect with these guys. My mother took us to have professional photographs done, and these are the colors she wanted us to wear. So they're kind of dark. We were at a mall, so she snapped some pictures. It happened to be my brother's birthday that day. So I went with those colors, and that's what we have. This here is a paper that had a lot of like, they look like different receipts and things, and notebook paper and such, and graph paper. Just kind of worked well. And since I had an excess of it, I decided to go ahead and use it. The colors worked perfect. And then I made sure that when I cut one of them out that it said date, and then I filled it in here. On the flip side of this one, there was this color. So I used that, and underneath here was the white seam that you're supposed to cut off, you know, like the one that has the name of the paper. I had a little extra of this because I, you know, used my paper. I wanted to make sure this came out, so this was extra, and I don't like to throw away any scraps if possible. I try to use every bit so I'm not wasteful. So I just stuck it on the side there, and I kind of liked it. I kind of liked how it came out. I'm proud of myself for using it. I had a sticker that says Brothers. I love that it had red because it goes with my brother, and this was in July, and that's like a ruby birthstone, right? Well, it only said brother, and in my sticker pack I had one that said son. Well, I don't technically have a son. I have a stepson, but I have another pack of those, so I can always use it for him later. So I just cut off the S, tossed out the O-N because I figured I'm never going to use the on word. I don't know why I would. I guess I could have, but we don't need to be that thrifty. Now I'm going to think about it. It's going to drive me crazy. Let's not be crazy. Now let's not be crazy. We used Tim Holton. Is it Tim Holton? Tim Holt? I don't know. It sounds kind of weird. Anyways, I used his sticker set. He had a pack, or he might still have it, where you can get just a lot of little letters. And Katie Scott uses that a lot. So when I got a hold of that, I thought, oh, this is perfect. So I just thought I'd use those. So put me and my brothers. Scrapbooking's all about doing this type of thing, right? I used the green frog because I like frogs. You know, a little. I used to be crazy about frogs. Now I'm not anymore. I used to collect them. I don't anymore. But so I used the frog to pull in the green because that was the only green that I found at the time to fit. So that was the interpretation of that. Here's my journaling. Here's that. The brothers. That should have been, but I was going to put that frog down here. It just made more sense to put it there. So kind of like drew everything into there. And it just explains how these guys are the ages that we are. Next page, this was my inspiration off of it, and it's basically just using this. So that one is this one. So from that same day, this one here is another 8.5 by 11. I was contemplating doing this 12 by 12. I thought too long about it, but I did it. I just decided, nope, we're going to do the 8.5 by 11. So there we are. Just sharing a little personal thought. This brother here, he was 40 years old when he passed away from a massive heart attack. Wasn't expected. He was healthy, very fit, working out, was having a lot of chest pain and back pain, mostly back pain. And so because he was working out and healthy and a little lean coach and the whole bit, he thought maybe he had just pulled a muscle, and so didn't get it checked out. So from Thursday to a Sunday, which the Sunday ended up being a Mother's Day, he was having pain, medicating himself for it, and then ended up having a massive heart attack where he couldn't even be saved because he was having the heart attack for so long that he died. So just a little health tip: if you are experiencing some pain and it's not going away and it's not a normal pain, get it checked out. I don't know if they ever would have ran any tests to see if it was his heart because he was so young, but given our family history, they may have, and who knows, he might have been saved, but it's unfortunate. There's more to that story, but it's devastating. So I miss my brother a lot. I never knew what it was like to really miss somebody until I lost my brother. And I've lost a lot of family members, actually. There's hardly anybody left in my family. All have passed for various different reasons, and but losing my brother has affected me the most because we were so close in age and we just grew up together, and if I talk about it anymore, I'll cry. So I put down the date that this was taken. This was outlined with white. This was all white and white and white, and I almost left it, but I decided to color it in to pull in some of the colors that these guys were wearing and to pull in some green from my shirt, and then I used white to make it look like chalkboard because the background is like a chalkboardy type. I added the sticker to this little part here, Sibling Love. used that other paper, used some more of that paper, and then, from here. So use the scrap from that to use it as a border. Put some of those rhinestones because I needed to have some shine here. Added a different piece of paper in here and made like a little ribbon out of it. This here is actually, it was a flyer from my daughter's school. Thin paper, like regular size paper, but it has some flecking on it, and I kind of liked it, and so instead of getting rid of the flyer, I've kept it, and it was from 2016. But a scrapbooker keeps things. They become hoarders in a sense. Hopefully not, but you never know. So it just seemed like the perfect to kind of pull in some of the white in these areas and to brighten it up a little, because without it, it was so dark. I wanted something else here because, sorry, I forgot to show y'all guys all this. So here's my background. There's something here, so I'm kind of going with that. And then there's a flower here, so flower. And then to pull in the spring play here, put sibling love here. Just they had some stuff in here. So it's not quite exactly, but I knew that I needed to put something here. This was a piece of scrap paper that I had actually punched out some stars with for another page. And I just thought the whole thing was kind of cool. So I put that in there. I was almost going to cut it off or maybe give it a different shape, but I think I liked that. So I put that down, and then these are rub-ons. This is happy birthday, and all the colors went well. So my mother did a good job picking out colors, because I find it a lot in even my scrapbook pages, and even in here, the reds and the yellows. So it worked out perfect. And then this little piece of, what do you call that, glitter, was actually found in my carpet. It sounds like I'm a mess, but I'm really not. It fell off of something, and I can't think of what it fell off of, and I saw it on the carpet, and I was going to pick it up and toss it, and I thought, why? I could put it here. Yeah, okay, I know. You guys are going to be like grossed out by that. Hopefully you're not. This says amount received. That'd be kind of cool to put the price. Priceless. I should have put priceless, but there I am at age 25. And my little brother, he is super tall. He's about 6 foot, I want to say he's about 6'2", I think, 6'4", somewhere in there. All right, you guys, coming to the last page. So out of this page, I decided to just focus on this scrapbook page. Cute little girl. Decided to do another 8.5 by 11 because I had one picture. So this is the page that I did. I kind of went back and forth on that one. I'm doing it as a 12 by 12, but decided since it's only one picture, we'll just do one. For the inspiration, it's picture on this side, something down here, and something here. Whoops. Runaway hair. Okay, so doing something like this. So I made sure I put my picture over to this side. This was a birthday party for a little friend. Oh my gosh, the most amazing birthday party. They had, I think, 3 characters walking around, and they had a swing, like the kind that you find at amusement parks, that where you sit in them, like the little sitting swings that spin like round and round and round and round and round. They had one of those. They had a full Starbucks cart, coffee cart. They had tons of Vietnamese food, just every kind of thing that you could possibly want, noodles and rice and different meats. They had hot chocolate and popcorn, like a popcorn thing. They had a cotton candy maker person there. Amazing. I had never seen birthday parties like this until I went to this one. And I think that was like basically when I said, okay, that's it. We're not doing any more birthday parties. I told you about the one with the yacht. This was the one that started it. This isn't the birthday girl. It was a little boy. His mom is a doctor, and she's really sweet. I love her and her husband. They're very kind. Anyways, it was amazing. So I was so glad that we were able to go to his birthday party. Little boy's name is Toby. Anyways, I took this picture, or they took the picture, but they gave it to me. But I put this picture on purple paper, which I just used. And then I mounted it on this paper, which I cut down. It was a 12 by 12. It has some sparkle to it. And I like all the bright colors that it has, and it, you know, just festive. And then I used this one. And so I framed it with that. And then I took some more of that purple, and I just did just a little teeny tiny sliver, put sweethearts here, and then mounted on here. So I kind of got that same thing. And then I wanted to do another pocket one, because there's a story about these two girls that is pretty private. This is my daughter Evelyn, and this is her friend in school, and they have this amazing connection that I would love to share, but I don't want the entire world to know about it. So just think of the most wonderful things that could possibly be, and just let your imagination run out with something like that. This is a pocket, so I made a pocket the same because I wanted to write the little story behind it, and so that way it's back there. But I cut it. Now I did that fancy cutting, but I made sure it was more sturdy. And then instead of putting another ribbon for this one, I decided that I wanted to use something different, and so I just used not a paper clip, but clothespin. I have a couple of different clothespins. One says happy birthday on it, in fact, but since it's not my daughter's birthday, or her birthday, I decided not to use that one. I had some green ones and some turquoise, but I liked the pink one best. So if you decide to make pockets, you know, just make sure that your paper is going to fit. And then I take my tape and run it to the very edge of it. And then this one here basically was a scrap, so it was a perfect size. It was a perfect color because it pulls in some colors of the pink, and the pink. And then, yeah, so when I did this, I just made sure that my adhesive, I used tape, double-sided tape, it fit perfect, and I'd go way to the very edges of it so it allows me to have enough journaling space, you know, in my pocket, and then take this down to where it needs to go basically, so it can't slip down further than what I want it to. This one here, I went ahead with the sweethearts, and then I kind of matches that color here. So I'm going to use that as my title when I do my journaling, talk about the little sweethearts and that their unique little story and their unique little connection to the two of them. Well, there they are. Her name is Mia. Very sweet girl. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you tonight. Actually, this is my next page. And I have these pictures that they are not the best pictures. But my mother-in-law likes to take candids, so they are what they are. And like I said, my printer's not working with my computer, so until I get that figured out, I'm going to go with what I've got. My poor little girl. My husband's brother behind her, and my mother-in-law cut his head off, so it is what it is. I'm going to trim this down to there, and she's got like water on her face, and poor kid has a bruise on her head. Not the best picture of her, but there she is, and here she is drinking with her cup. And I didn't have a high chair for my daughter after oh no, I guess I did. I kept a high chair until she was 2, and I would have kept it, but things changed in our lives, and we moved, and there's a whole little story and stuff. And so I cut down to the basics, and I just thought this is perfect. So I have this little chair here. These come in handy. And so yeah, we had one at Grandma's house. We bought one extra for Grandma. And so there's my daughter drinking out of her cup that Grandma gave her, one of those Tupperware, old Tupperware cups. So I thought I'll trim this one down and trim this one down to the same size, and then I can do something like that. So that'll do, and I'll probably do this one on an 8.5 by 8.5, just because I'm going to use so much of this picture. I think it's going to work out better. I haven't even decided what colors I'm going to use or what story I want to tell. Something about Grandma's house, I'm sure. But yeah, that's about it. All right, I've taken up enough of your precious time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos, because you guys are the reasons why I do this. So, all right, I'm going to upload this one. I'm sure it'll upload in a few hours, give you guys something to look at. And take care, you guys. Talk to you later.